Singers. Others say their music is nothing more than racist propaganda. Either way, the singing group Prussian Blue is not getting a warm welcome here in the Central Valley.
Lamb and Lynx are 14-year-old twin sisters. They're pop stars and worldwide poster pin-up girls for white pride.
They need to close the border before it gets even worse than it already is. Blacks have the more tendency to rape people.
They're part of an extraordinary family.
Hey, let's do ABC, okay? Want to do ABC? Okay. A is for Aryan.
With all those Muslims and all this shit that's happening over there, I bet you almost wish Hitler had won the war, huh?
This film follows them for a year in their lives.
We've had quite a few death threats.
There were death threats to you from people in Calais?
Yeah.
This is for close range defending yourself, pretty much.
Their mother thought the film would be a wholesome advert for the Aryan dream.
Every time I turn my fucking back on you, you do something, I'd ask you specifically not to do.
All because of this goddamn Nazi shit. That's all what it's all about, and it's just fucking ruined my life.
It turned out to be anything but.
They will not allow white people to be proud of who they are. That's just the way it is. It's just a fact.
I hope you guys don't try to destroy us on this thing.
I told you no more words! No more!
This is Bakersfield in Southern California, where Lamb and Lynx Gaede grew up. It's where they wrote most of their songs, like this one called Victory Day. It's about a war between the races, with whites coming out on top. I've come here to track them down and find out who they really are and what they believe in. At the Gaede Ranch, I met Bill, the twins' grandfather and head of the family. He was in the middle of negotiations to buy a military assault rifle.
I'll deal with you, but I don't want to meet these other assholes. I don't want to be stupid and get put in jail over some goofy little thing. I got lots of guns, but I would like to have a M16 though. You can't believe how much bad stuff goes on in these towns and stuff. Shooting and drive-by shooting and stuff like that. And they're all mud people, They're not white people that are doing it. They're all Mexicans and niggers. Anyway, I was going to tell you that I talked to some people from, Denmark and Germany and those kind of places, and even in England. And I always say, well, with all those Muslims and all this shit that's happening over there, I bet you almost wish Hitler had won the war, huh? I got a friend in Erosi over there, and he would never swear or say anything, and he was just cussing up a streak. And I said, hey, Cecil, what's the matter? And he says, well, I come in, I heard this noise out in the barn, I went out there, and these Mexicans were having sex with my mare, my horse, and he says, I just got so mad, I knocked them off their bucks, and, and just run them off, and, boy, he was mad. He was just really mad. And that's not did you see where the back east, the illegal was having sex with his dog, and they caught him, and they arrested him. He said, well, you can't do that. That's my dog. I can do that if I want to. It wasn't even a female dog. It was a male dog.
April is the twins' mother and the manager of their band, Prussian Blue. She's divorced from the girl's father and now has sole custody. She's one of the most prominent people in America's white pride movement.
The famous T-shirts. I really, honestly, I still don't understand why people don't find these hilariously funny. You add a little triangle and a little rectangle there, and all of a sudden everybody's, ooh, this is scary, scary, scary. It's just funny. It's just kind of funny.
Pictures of the girls wearing these T-shirts appeared in newspapers right around the world. For April, it was a massive coup.
I don't think that I'm a stage mom. Plus, I mean, I have a lot of ideas and things that I want to do too. Like I have several ideas for books and other things, and you know, so I'm not living through my kids.
April describes herself as a white nationalist. Critics claim that white nationalism is just a respectable-sounding name for racism, and that many white nationalists are in fact neo-Nazis.
You know, we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. I mean, if explaining to your kids what you believe and you know, point by point going through and explaining it and saying that this is what I believe and teaching them along those lines, if that's brainwashing, I mean, then, I mean, Catholic parents and Jewish parents and Christian parents and all kinds of parents are guilty of the same thing.
Recently, few people from the media have been able to speak to the girls. April seemed very protective of them. But I passed the test, and we were off to a live radio phone-in. Half a dozen American news crews were lying in wait.
A couple of TV stations.
We welcome you to the show. It's a unique radio program today, and I've received email as we started promoting this from people who were mostly angry that we were giving the girls a voice on this show, and I want you to know I understand your perspective. So, Lamb and Lynx, what are your political views? Do you have views on immigration at your young age?
Yeah, I think it's getting out of hand. They need to close the border before it gets even worse than it already is. Mm-hmm. When it's thrown in your face every day and you have no choice but to be around maybe people that you don't want to be around. Like, I've seen many of these illegal immigrants who just act nasty. Like, they don't throw their toilet paper in the toilet, and
The twins were picking their words with great care. Years in the spotlight have made them media pros.
And I'm only saying what I've observed.
My assumption, and I think most people's assumptions of a white nationalist or a white separatist, is that you hate people, that you are racist. And what you seem to be saying today is that you are neither. And that makes your message even more frightening to somebody like me. Do you understand that? That the world is frightened by the message, I think, that you have. If they were ugly with gnarly teeth and warts on their faces, people would be going, "You're a racist." But they're beautiful as they're saying these words, you know? And they're agreeable as they're saying these words, and people go, "What? Is that racist or not? I can't tell."
But you don't have to dig very deep to uncover the extreme points of view that have made the twins famous. The band gets its name, Prussian Blue, from a chemical residue that Holocaust deniers claim is proof that the gas chambers were never used for killing.
Do you believe that the Holocaust happened?
I mean, it was in the middle of a war. They were desperate for fuel and desperate for... I mean, I just don't think that they would take so much time just to make things so horrible. It's 6 million people. That's a lot of fuel.
When I would ask them certain questions, they would look to their mom for cues. I have a child their age, my son, and just like April has, I've taught him what I believe, and I guarantee you he could regurgitate it without having to look to me, because he owns it, he understands it, he knows it. I don't know that these girls are sold. I don't know they're full-on sold, and I hope they critically think their way through it.
I'm so hungry.
Okay. You want me to I don't have a camera.
Yeah, we got one right here.
The reporters lapped up the story. The twins are a very big deal at the moment.
All right, you ready? We'll make it quick. I know you guys want to get to lunch.
Okay.
Togo's is awaiting.
Yeah, okay.
Race is a divisive issue in this part of California, but it seems that April and the twins unite opinion.
They're showing a misleadingly innocent face on what is truly like, hideous ideology.
If your whole belief system, everyone's ready to